How you doing, guys? Larry here from LB Fitness again, and today we have Ger beside us, who has been...
Hello.
Where you represented Ireland at European
Indoors. Yeah.
European Indoors. What's your best time for 60-metre hurdles?
7:73.
Okay, can't do that in the flat. What's your best time for 110-metre hurdles?
13:87.
Can't do that in the flat either. The way you want to run looks like this. Ger, if you show me the way you should be running. Distance runners, by the way, or if you turn a little bit more to the side, distance runners, sprinter. We have talked to Colin Griffin about this and a couple of other physios, etc., about the way the pelvis should line. So this is the way it should line up. Ger, keep your core tight. So when Ger is running, one knee up, and just move this hand out of the way, just drive this hand back, etc. You can see a nice straight line here. This is what you want. What you don't want, guys, is this, is anterior pelvic tilt. This will cause a greater heel strike. Again, we'll link a picture in here below. You can see in this picture, you can see what's going on. So when Ger lifts up his knee and he's in a weak position, so he's weak core and he's no strength, he'll strike the ground, and he'll strike the ground predominantly with his heel. So in this position, the first is that the shock of the ground goes right up through his shin, and his shin muscles start overworking. Also, the reason for it isn't actually because of really, really tight calves. It's not, it may be one issue, but the main issue actually happens up above with your strength. So what we're trying to explain to you guys here is that you need to have good biomechanics. So let us show you the exercise now that we're doing and show you how to actually begin to use those deep core muscles. But you need to start getting in good position and working out in this position, guys, whether it's an overhead press, it's a squat you're doing, or if it's your plank that you're doing. So let us show you those exercises and get going on helping you with your shin splints today. So firstly, 90-90 breathing, lads. What you need, basically you need one piece of equipment, that's a straw. I'm going to tell you why in a second, okay? Number two, you need something smallish to support your head, okay? This is to get your spine in a neutral alignment. So firstly, have the athlete or the individual have their feet come up against the wall so that their knee is at 90 degrees and their hips are at 90 degrees. So from there you can see the perfectly 90-degree angle here. I'm just come a tiny bit closer there, just an inch, I'm a bit anal about this. And next thing you want something to support the head, something small, put your head back and totally relax. The whole thing about this, guys, is, and bear with me on this, the whole thing about this, guys, is that a lot of people when they're overhead pressing, or when they're, sorry, not when they're overhead pressing, when they're running, their spine, as we talked about, is in this position. You want to be able to lock down your core and your abs so that you're in this position where you have most power and strength in your body so that your shins don't take all the stress. So what you want to do in this position, guys, is firstly cue the athlete to put the straw in the middle. Secondly, what I want you to do is put your hand at the top of your rib cage. So just there, just down below. That's where your diaphragm is controlled. That's what helps control your breathing, okay? The next point of call is I want you to pinch your nose with the other hand. So now their only source of oxygen comes from through the straw. This will then force you to start using your diaphragm. So number three, point three is I'm going to try and put my hand underneath here. Ger, don't let me put my hand underneath here, okay? So right now, you're also going to pull down on the ground. Number four is pull here so to engage your hamstrings. So pull down this way. Feel your hamstrings? Yes, tighten up. This will tilt his pelvis up slightly. You don't want this pelvis bone or your coccyx bone coming off the ground. So this is pressed into the ground, hamstrings are engaged. You also kind of want to squeeze something in between. So if you have like a small ball, you can squeeze it lightly. Again, I don't have a small ball with me now, but you can imagine he's trying to squeeze the ball. This then gets his body working as a unit. His hand is here, okay? Ger, are you struggling there to breathe? No. So what you want to do, Ger, is you have your hand on your stomach here. I want you to breathe in so that your stomach comes up. So you're going to use your diaphragm. You're basically trying to feel your diaphragm working and contracting. This helps you breathing wise to engage your deep core muscles and start using them so that when you're doing the plank, you're actually doing it properly. So here you can see that Jer's hand comes up and Jer's hand comes down. If he's really struggling with this, he might only be able to do 2 or 3 repetitions. He's breathing in for 5 seconds. He's breathing out for 5 seconds, and he's holding with no air for 5 seconds. 5, 4, no air. 3, 2, no air. 1, breathe in. This is really going to start really tapping into you actually using your breathing and using your deep core muscles. P.S. guys, just a real quick note, if you do message me or any of the lads on Jumping the Gun, we may be a while getting back to you, but we will get back to you, either in some kind of video version, or we will contact you via email or private phone call. Again, we might have quite a few inquiries, but again, we're trying to give you free advice, so please be patient with us and we will get on to you as soon as possible. But do keep an eye on Jumping the Gun page and LB Fitness personal training page, like the YouTube channel, and you should get loads of valuable content on there, which is free, guys. So don't be afraid to like the YouTube page and work from there. So just search for Larry Brady PT /LB Fitness, or look on our Facebook page and you should be able to find it. So just please be patient with us, guys, and we will help you as soon as we can.